What it do, snackers, snackettes, and snack X's? It's your boy Gage. I'm here with Sin. Say what up, Sin.
What's happening?
No jokes, maybe a little later. Just so you're aware, you are now tuned in to Loading Snacks Weekly, where we get together once a week and we talk about things that are happening in pop culture. And today, we're gonna talk about opening night live, Gamescom, video games. Yay! We're gonna talk about Deadpool and Wolverine a little bit again because why not? But first, Sin is going to get the Beacons link up for you so that you can come join us wherever we are across social media. We're in a lot of places. You know what I'm saying? What up, Cuddy? The Terror Twins. I don't know if I want to be associated.
It's a wrestling thing.
I know what it is.
Okay.
You heard what I said. I don't know if I want to be associated. What up, Andrew? How are you? Heather, how for art thou? Sin?
Yo.
Got a job to do.
Yeah, so let's shout out our top tier patrons. Started with Anthony Cunningham, Marcus Houston, Susan Dortch, Tyrone Carson, Meticulous Skin, Alex Lee, Ellis Bay, and Kermit Ferguson. Thank you very much. We truly, truly appreciate it.
Facts. All the way around. Sin.
Yo.
Opening night live.
Yes. Today.
It was today.
Gamescom is officially underway.
It is. I'm not going to talk about that yet. First, let's talk about Deadpool and Wolverine for a second.
Okay.
So, like 4 or 5 days ago, Deadpool and Wolverine became the highest grossing R-rated film in history at $1.08 billion. Again, it's 4 or 5 days ago, so I'm sure it's a little bit higher now.
Yeah.
Beating out what was the highest grossing R-rated film of all time.
I want to hear what this is.
It was Joker.
Oh, okay.
At like $1.07 billion. Couple of things. First, what does this mean?
It means that Marvel might start looking at R-rated movies a little differently going forward. And then probably Ryan Reynolds is getting a call right about now from Disney, like, look, can we figure something out that you really got to leave and back out right now? Like, is there another project you want to helm and do your thing with? Like, those type of calls are coming in.
You know, the Ryan Reynolds thing is interesting to me because my man has some flops on his hands, on his plate. One of which I feel like also came out this year, which was a movie called If,
with John Krasinski and with the Imaginary Friends,
Which, I mean, let's be real, it's Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. Like, I don't even like the idea that they were pretending that this was like some kind of a fresh. No, dog. This was an old Cartoon Network cartoon that y'all turned into a live action movie.
Mm-hmm.
We all know Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, but whatever. I don't feel like that movie did well.
I don't either.
But maybe if it was a Disney movie, it might have been a little different. Maybe the backing would have been a little different. Because here's what's crazy. The marketing push for Deadpool and Wolverine was insane, bro. Insane. Cuddy says my family loved it. I believe you. I just don't think it did well. See, look, Heather said, if was so bleh, I stopped watching halfway. Now again, Cuddy,
Right.
my family loved it. He has children.
Yeah. That makes
Heather,
sense.
different scenario.
True.
That doesn't mean, because again, you're also up against one of the highest rated films of all time in Disney with whatchamacallit too. Joke about the feelings and all that. That just came out.
Yeah.
I don't know why. But again, animated, still, it's bothering you that you can't think of what it is, right?
It is pissing me off right
I've
now.
already started
Which
to
one?
ignore it. Somebody's gonna say it in the
I
chat.
know, but I want to get it before some. Damn it!
Oh, they're gonna
Inside,
ruin it. It's too late.
yes,
Don't worry about
Inside
it.
Out. Yeah, Heather was
Yeah,
first.
Inside Out too.
Yeah,
So like Inside Out, enjoyed across the board. I feel like by people of all
yeah.
ages and whatever. So I do
Yes, never
think
seen
that
the
there's
second one, but love the first one. Yeah,
yeah. I mean, look, it's getting a show.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? But again, I want to go back to what kind of money was spent advertising Deadpool and Wolverine. I mean, like, don't get me wrong. Like, there is some, what I'm saying, there is some marketing genius behind Ryan Reynolds. And I do think so much of what has made Deadpool and Wolverine as big of a deal as it is the honest to goodness friendship slash chemistry
between them two.
between him and Hugh Jackman.
Yeah,
Like they're like the two of them
they've been close for
going on
years.
the tour that is let's just go and talk and just making fun of each other and laughing at each other and having a good time and everybody around them is having a good time. There's a ridiculous nostalgia factor that exists within this film that you can't just replicate it. You know what I'm saying? And this joint again, it's all over the place. What up, G? It's McDonald's and multiple popcorn buckets and
Yeah, like
like
a
it's
ridiculous
like
amount of
three
popcorn
different
buckets.
popcorn buckets. I got
Yeah,
popcorn buckets and cups, like permanent cups, not just like the paper cups or whatever that has something on it. Cuddy says, I love the fact that Ryan made Deadpool 1 happen as a pure passion project and some shenanigans to get it started to now have the power of Disney backing him. I agree. So I also think that there's a little bit of that too. I think that there are a lot of people who are kind of familiar with that and that story. It's almost the same as him and like Wrexham as far as like
oh
the
yeah,
footballers team.
yeah,
Heather said they were on Hot Ones together, and that was also great. Again, the marketing push
yeah.
from like just the toys, the keychain thing in the very beginning, that like it's everywhere. And like we're really only talking about how they did it here in the US. The
Oh
marketing push
yeah.
outside of here, again, he owns a football
Football
team. You know
team.
what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like he got like
where my guy
it's
from
a
Sunday.
little out of control. And there was nowhere near that kind of marketing push for something like If. So I really believe that, like, sure, there's a lot of Ryan Reynolds in it and backing it, but Disney definitely put, like, I feel like they put more behind this joint than they have any other Marvel property since probably Shang-Chi. Zayna said, man, they were at Waterbomb in Korea, which is actually insane. Again, just the stuff they were doing in the K-pop scene, cutting music, like they
Yeah,
changed the name on NSYNC's video on YouTube to say bye 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 from the Deadpool and Wolverine soundtrack. Like they changed that joint. Like the day the movie dropped,
that's
they
crazy.
changed that joint. Like that's what that joint is now. You have any idea what kind of numbers NSYNC saw across
Oh my gosh.
Spotify, YouTube,
Dog.
TikTok, People trying to learn to do the dance, and they're terrible at it. Like this
Oh yeah,
joint,
no, though they was making them calls the next morning after Deadpool. Like, yo, do you see these numbers?
that's there's a lot more to it than just what the numbers were for Deadpool, because that joint put a lot of other people back on, like made a lot of other people relevant again. When is the last time you think somebody Googled Wesley Snipes?
The last time somebody mentioned the Blade movie, I can think the only time when somebody might be.
No, when he was running for tax evasion or whatever, like nobody,
When he got about a dodge.
yeah, nobody looking for Wesley Snipes. Like, not even. Like, Channing Tatum has a movie coming out that I'm actually interested in seeing. Nobody cares. Nobody cares, bro. You know why?
They
Because
want
if
you to
in
be
that
Gambit.
movie, he ain't about to make a name for
Yeah,
himself.
yeah.
Nobody cares, bro.
If he ain't talking like that, we don't care.
I'm about to make a name for myself. Like, that's all. Like, here's the question for you, Sin.
Yeah.
Can Joker 2 take
No.
back the
No.
champion?
No. No freaking way.
Can it even get close?
I'm gonna say no.
I think that Joker 2 looks far less interesting than the first Joker. I think that first Joker film was made and released in a vacuum where we were more ready and willing to accept it for what it is. And this next iteration of it, personally, seems like too much of a departure from what the first one was. So I don't think it even comes close. I think this, I'm gonna be honest, I think even if this joint is good, it's gonna get panned. I just don't think that it has the staying power. I don't think we went through this phase, right? Where like, and this might partially be Deadpool's fault, but like people starting to kind of grow tired, quote unquote, of the superhero thing and whatever. And like we've talked about that, right? The pandemic did something to people where the amount of consumption that people were doing, just taking things in, that begins to kind of like overwhelm you because you're just because you didn't have anything else to do but consume content, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so people are still consuming content, but what people are willing to consume, people now feel like they have they're not willing to just consume anything because they do have time to go do other things. And I think that people allowed themselves like, okay, we got pretty far with where the MCU was going. Shang-Chi was cool. They inundated us with these movies and like these TV shows and so forth. Cuddy says agreed, especially since in the beginning they said it will be like a musical. Joker 2 won't be better than the first. I agree 100% because if you're making The Greatest Showman and people know it, that's very different. Also, I don't think you can put Joker 2 out as a musical when Wicked is getting ready to come out, because that joint is getting ready to be incredible.
Wicked's gonna do numbers.
So like, but I think people are also in a place now where they're like a little more ready to have fun and like ride the roller coaster and kind of be. And I think that people are getting a little bit back more to a place where they want to go to the movies for things that are more like a thrill ride again, right?
Hollywood
Especially because you now do have to really give people a big reason to go to the theater, right? And so like for you, you're like, I will not go to the movies. If I go to the movies, I have to see it in Dolby or I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Period. What that means is you are willing to spend extra money. As a matter of fact, you will only spend extra money to go see it in the theater, right? Which is for a
Unless
lot
it's
of
anime.
people.
That's when I
That's because
came
you don't
to
have a choice.
exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. It is what it is.
But but that's but that's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah,
the spectacle, right? The like giving people a good reason to go is very summer blockbustery, things exploding, a lot is happening. There's a reason to go and enjoy it in the theater. And I don't think Joker 2 has that at all. I think people will wait to see it at home. I think people will go see it in the theater up front. I think
hmm
if the initial reviews come back and it's decent, there are people who will go, but there isn't anything that I feel like is happening right now where people are like, oh man, gotta go see that joint. Like I just
hmm
don't think it's doing that. Where I think you have movies like Alien Romulus, which is just like it looks like scary fun, roller coaster kind of fun. You know what I mean? Like I saw Sing Sing in the theater, but it was by accident.
yeah,
I would never have gone to see it, but it was the Monday night $5 joint. Like they do that, and it was like, and you don't know what you're going to see. But I would have walked out. Andrew said, kind of glad I didn't waste my money to see Twisters in the theater. Again, it's
I
out
know.
now. You don't have
It-
to.
yeah, but if we would have found it in that them 4D X seats or whatever, oh, I'd have pulled up on that one if it was
They
close
had
enough
it.
for us to go.
It
Yeah,
was there. I would consider it.
yeah. I
It's
need to
right up the
experience one of those.
street. Technically,
Technically, yes.
we can do that, but I'm not gonna. I mean, again, I think we're in a place now where like I'm not saying that I don't think a movie like Joker 2 should be made. I do. That I think the first movie was good enough and clearly made enough money at $1.7 billion globally,
Yeah,
right? $1.07 billion globally to warrant a sequel. Should that sequel be a departure from what the first movie was in terms of like the genre of the film? Who is the look? We know the folks making choices at Warner Brothers ain't quite.
yeah, yeah.
Wow, for me, it's like, why would you do that? Why would you do that? It doesn't make sense. There are other films coming out again that I feel like are doing much more in terms of the spectacle, and that people will go see, like this new Gladiator movie, the sequel to Gladiator or whatever. Like, I don't think it's going to do crazy numbers, but I think people will rather go see it. I also don't think it'll do crazy numbers because there's a show basically exactly like it on TV. Like you don't have to go to like they look exactly the same. If you look at the trailer for the TV show and you look at the trailer for the new Gladiator movie, it's like, oh, these are the same show. It's the same movie. I didn't realize so and so was in this. They're not. It's two different things. You know, like I think right now, if you don't quite have, especially going into the summer, like we're coming out of the summer now, so I think people are going to be a little more choosy. I think Beetlejuice will do okay.
Yeah,
Halloween, like
yeah.
I think it'll do okay. Comedy, but we're not talking R rated. I don't
No,
think this is the
no.
kind of thing that honestly is going to make Disney be like, oh boy, we got to do more R rated movies. No,
No, they'll be willing to take a chance on another R-rated film or something like that, or maybe possibly a show. I think they'll take a chance on it.
I think they might be willing to push the envelope in upcoming films that might have a cameo with Deadpool in it because of what the expectation is when you see Deadpool. I think that could have an effect on just how PG-13 some of these movies end up being.
hmm
It also could mean that they look at doing some other things within the quote unquote Fox universe. Hey Dizzle, what up? That maybe are along those lines and kind of push that rated R envelope a little bit over there without quite letting it, you know what I'm saying, rubbing elbows with the PG-13 MCU joints, but maybe not necessarily staying in the I don't
in that lane, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that's what they'll do. I mean, look, real talk, congratulations to them.
Hell yeah.
I don't think they're going to lose that position. It'll
Anytime
probably
soon.
be I'm putting at least 5 years on it. I put
I wonder
five
what
years
would
on
knock
it,
it down.
but I think more than that.
I do too. I don't see nothing right now, R-rated level, that will top that right now.
You know, it's interesting because that kind of money coming from something like that makes you think that they would want to do another Deadpool movie, another spinoff. But it's not in the cards. Like, it's not, you
Right.
know, they've announced what other movies they're doing and what they're greenlighting and whatever. So what could you possibly do to capitalize on what it is that this movie has done? Where do you put you just let it go? You just don't.
You do
It's gone.
Gambit.
It's just gone. Like, what do you do?
You do Gambit, and you let give Ryan Reynolds like just whatever the magic you did with that, do it with that. Y'all got a working relationship. Y'all close. Figure it out.
See, I don't know if that works though, because Gambit's not funny.
I think with Ryan Reynolds' help being behind it with everything, I think they'll pull it off.
Go watch Green Lantern.
No. Why would
Exactly.
you know I don't like horror
Exactly.
movies.
Exactly. I don't think so.
So
I don't think that works. Now, could he step in and maybe have something to do with a fresh rated R Blade movie because they having so much trouble getting that joint off the ground?
there too, yeah. Blake could pull off top of it, done right. A lot of there's big
But it
fans of
can't,
the
but it
original
won't,
Blade run.
and it could, but it can't be funny.
No, that one has to be serious. Yeah, it can have little funny moments, but it's mostly serious. Yeah.
I just don't think you could. Yeah,
No, it's gonna be an uphill battle trying to top Deadpool 3 with Deadpool and Wolverine.
I don't think it's happening. Now, what they can do, and what the rumor is that Microsoft is in talks with Disney right now to get the licensing put back up for the Deadpool game, for the Marvel Ultimate Alliance games, and for the Wolverine Origins games.
See, now we talking. Now we effing talking. I'm just saying.
Because
You could all those right now. I'd run them all back.
Bro, you know, I was watching the opening night live. Like, say it. I dare you. I dare you. I dare you to say it.
I double dog dare you.
You better not. You better not say it. Yeah. Didn't happen. You know. Yeah. Exactly, Zaina. Yeah, by the way, you know, maybe come see me. I might have something to show you along those lines. Anyway. I ain't saying. Did you know Concord launched today?
No.
Exactly. So opening night live. I mean, technically, it's early access for the people who want to get early access. And technically, it doesn't launch until the 23rd. But like, if you did decide today is the day that you could be playing that joint, I just don't. I think that joint is going out to die.
Same here.
I don't think there's anything happening with that joint. I think it's all bad. Before we get into opening night live again, to be honest, I don't know if we seen this or not, but we can watch this trailer because it makes me happy.
Okay.
So we about to watch this trailer. I don't.
Oh.
Hey, Pharrell.
Hey, how you doing, man? You know, it'd be cool is if we told my story with Lego pieces.
Seriously?
Yes.
Lego.
Just be open.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say.
When I was a kid, I knew I was different. And people would say, oh, that's an odd child. And that crushed my spirit. But I loved music. It was mesmerizing to me. I would see beautiful hues of light cascading. I just thought that's what all black kids did, stared into the speaker like, whoa.
She's up all night to the sun.
Music was just coming out of me. I need to show the world what I can do.
Hi, Pharrell. I need help on this rap.
Yes, sir. It's pretty simple. Just let it bounce.
He just went in the room and freestyled it.
It's Teddy, ready with the 1-2 check.
All I cared about was making my own
When I heard
music.
that part of the
People
theater, I was
just
like,
said,
oh.
I wasn't ready.
Pharrell been at it for a long time, bro.
Yeah.
This song is ridiculous.
Who did that?
Pharrell.
Pharrell.
Wow. My imagination would run super wild.
Dun, 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 dun. Drop it like it's hot. Drop
I was always a bad gangster, but you brought out a smile.
Hell yeah.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say.
That feels great.
Clap along if you
I firmly believe that everybody has talent, beauty, and potential.
Keep opening our eyes to a whole different perspective.
clap along if you know what happiness is to you.
Woo! Holy moly, guacamole. Legendary story, yeah?
Wow.
Man, this is gonna be a Lego movie, bruh.
That
Let
is
me tell
so
you
creative and dope.
That Joker 2 ain't about to do nothing with this. Like, I don't know what to like. Dog, I intend to enjoy every minute of that joint.
I remember seeing that joint in the theater for the first time. Like just the trailer, just like this is cool. Like, hold up, like this, I'm feeling this. Like this
If
whole
you
approach
like-
and everything.
It's just cool to do it like a documentary, basically.
Yeah. Like
But
it's
do
just,
it that way and have all of these people who he's done music with. Dog, I straight up highly recommend, like, if you have Spotify, go to Spotify and just look up like Neptune's music. There are, as I said, this is a very Pharrell choice. Agreed. If you just, there are playlists that are just like Neptune's playlist, and you will be like, oh my god, I forgot they did. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness, I
Hey, look,
forgot they
I just made a note for myself. Download Rockstar.
Bro.
Like, throw it on my Spotify. I gotta pull out of that in the morning.
All that stuff they were doing, like 94 through like the mid 2000s, Britney Spears, Slave for You, the whole first Justin Timberlake album, like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, that, listen, the Clips joints,
Mm.
again, seeing Nori in that joint, I was like, oh, they really about to, what? They cannot, listen, if Grinding is not in this movie,
Oh, what?
I'm walking out. You right, Evan.
I need to hear that bumping in the theater. I'm just saying.
What? Come on, dog. Like, they
See, that's what I would definitely pay the extra money to go see that, especially Dolby Digital with the sound. Oh yes, I would definitely pay that money for that. Easy.
That joint. That joint's gonna be clean. I need it in my life. I'm ready for it. Send opening night live.
Yeah.
Talk to me, bro. What do you see? What are you excited about?
Overall, I enjoyed the show. They had a lot of, announcements and video game trailers we show. A lot of stuff, probably a majority of the stuff we have seen, but some new looks at them, some new trailers, some new features they want to talk about this time, stuff like that. Borderlands 4, I am excited about it. Last one still hasn't been as good as 2, the recent releases with Tiny Tina and 3, but still overall I really enjoy Borderlands. I'm interested to see where they're going with this one, because in the trailer they did show the Firebird in it, which last time I checked, she died. So we'll find out, I guess, when the trailers and all that kind of stuff, information starts getting released.
But watch the movie. I see what happens.
No. I'll watch it when it comes home drunk so I can make fun of it for the entire hour and 30 minutes, however long it is. That's what that's for. But yeah, I'm looking forward to see what they're doing with Borderlands. What's some other things? Persona 3 getting a new DLC. I didn't see that coming. The Aegis.
They had announced that already. They announced 2 DLCs for it, but they had.
I remember the first one, but I forgot about the second one. So a lot of stuff for real. A lot of news was new to me for the most part. So it is.
So what stood out? What was it that like?
Well, as far as with that one, what stood out about that? The announcement of
no, just as a whole.
That stood out to me. What else? Linked Banner of Spark. I kind of like it, like hack and slash roguelike, but you can make your own city and rooms and stuff like that with the robots and everything. Gameplay looked real crisp and good. Like, okay, we can get into our bag with this one.
Lost him. Terrible. He got kicked, and that probably means when he comes back. Sorry, y'all. As I was saying, that probably means when he comes back, it's gonna kick me out.
Yeah.
The thing about that roguelike.
Mm-hmm.
Since when do you do roguelikes?
Once in a while, I'll test something out when it comes on, Game Pass and stuff like that. Like, but it looks more Diablo-ish, like that type of style of gameplay to me, and I like those. So I don't know. It looked cool, interesting. It looked fun. Like I said, the combat looked good in it, and it's multiplayer, so we could definitely get into our bag as long as it comes out and it fits and it's good. What else? Dune Awakening.
Nope.
I don't care for Dune itself, but I finally got to see some actually gameplay of it, and honestly, I like it. I've been craving for an MMO for years now. This might be able to scratch that itch. I just need information on, is it a subscription? How much is it monthly? Like all that type of stuff. And if it's actually decent when it comes out, because MMOs usually start off very broken, and then after a while of it,
you also have to have enough people jump in and play in the first place. Like you could just be jumping in Final Fantasy 14 on Xbox at this point.
Yeah,
you really want to do that.
But I've been looking to see. They said MMO, so I've been okay. Let me see what they're talking about. So actually seeing stuff, I'm really interested in it. So we'll see with more news going forward to see whether that's going to be a thing for me or not. Genshin Impact coming to Xbox. I'm actually happy about that. So also in the same Hoyoverse, ZZZ just got released probably a month ago. They're already getting a new location, and I'm excited about that.
A little longer than that ago, but yeah.
So I'm super excited. I haven't. Well, no, that's a lie. I started it real quick, and as soon as I started playing, I was like, "Yeah, I'm about to get lost in this." And it was like late at night. I was like, "I can't do that right now." So, but I do plan to go into that and get into that pretty heavy. So I'm looking forward to that. We already know about Monster Hunter Wilds, but we got to see more of like a bunch of different monsters, weapons, combat, what the city kind of looks like. We could do stuff. So I was already on board, but it was good to see that type of stuff. Just and seeing the little cat people fight alongside you out there against the world with monsters. I was like, okay.
Hey, bro, they got me once. They're not getting me again. I'm not going back.
I'm there. I'm already there. I'm just waiting for it to drop. Already there. I can't wait. And that little, God, there was a lot there that we getting Cap and Winter Soldier for Rivals. I mean, two of my guys, I'm excited. I'll figure out whether I'm going to play with them or not when I actually get my hands on them. They might not be my play style in that type of game. So,
yeah, but Rivals, I think, would be a little tricky.
Yeah. Trying to look at my list, see what else was out there. Like I said, they can keep that Arkham Shadow Batman MetaQuest thing. No, thank you. I don't need that. in my life at all.
That's a new game in the universe. That's all people want. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's you know how it is. It's no, I'm not doing the VR thing with that. But there was a lot of stuff that I did like that I saw that I'm looking forward to. But those are the first ones that I'm seeing that's coming to mind.
You didn't bring up the king of. You didn't bring up King of Meat.
I have it on my list, but yes, King of Meat. But when I was looking at it, I thought about they got to show Mai Shiranui from Fatal Fury, City of Wolves. They did a showcase on her, so that's my girl. So I was happy to see her, making sure she's in the game. So, but no, the meat joint, King of Meat, that has potential to be a problem. It does. It's a weird name, but yeah,
I'm not doing it. Keep it
no, Marcus. Just no.
Oh man, why not? You got to donate, Marcus.
Yeah,
you
get enough donations.
You know, like you can't just come up and like ask a question like that. Like, come on, man, you gotta. We don't do problems here. We only do solutions. So you can't just present a problem. You got to present some solutions with it. So if you would like to see Sin play Alien Isolation for Extra Life, got to bring some money. Dr. Who, what up?
The solutions. He's gonna make the solution. He's just gonna be like, "Tell me when. Donation incoming."
That don't mean shit.
Oh, so you're gonna mess with little kids and not do what happens if you hit a goal, sir? That's blasphemy.
I'm not gonna say what I'm thinking right now, but you probably know what it is when it comes to something like that. Anyway,
we've done it.
Yeah,
we have played it.
Yeah,
in a group, physically together, and my man was no good. So no. That's just no. But Marcus, you go see Alien Romulus with him this weekend.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Saturday. Yeah.
You just go check it out with him, you know what I mean, and watch him jump, squirm, whatever if you want. Like go to the theater.
Ain't nobody gonna be in the theater.
Yeah, it's gonna be just y'all and some aliens. Look, man, there was a few things that I feel like, hey, Nana. So, Dying Light the Beast.
That was interesting.
20 hours of DLC, I guess. 20 hours standalone, new thing in the same world.
1 o'clock, Marcus.
I have questions about what that is, but it's interesting. I kind of like the idea that they're doing something different in the same world that already has zombies in it. So it seems like maybe it's a werewolf or something in a world that has zombies, and I'm kind of in for that as an idea. I think that's kind of a cool concept. Black Myth Wukong is already out.
Yeah.
Came out today. Don't show me that today.
I agree.
I do think the link joint you brought up, son, I think that is real interesting. I don't know about it, but it's interesting. And I only say that because of the roguelike part of it. Again, I do play some, but they're like very specific, the kind of roguelite that I'm usually willing to jump into. I will say I wish Path of Exile 2 was coming out early enough for us to play it for Extra Life, but it doesn't drop until November 15th, which I still think is early access. So that's kind of fluke. I do want to look at this though, because this looked kind of cool to me and apparently dropped today. So So, like, this joint free now. PlayStation, Xbox, Steam, Epic Game Store, Slim. Concord is finished, bro. I just like Concord already was like numbers was terrible during the open betas and so forth. You're in early access today. The game drops on the 23rd, and you have a game like this that is dropping free to play. Your joint is $40, and you're against this as free to play. Not to mention all the other stuff that's already free to play. Valorant, Overwatch, like, and then you put this, and then you up against Marvel rivals, just being like, oh, here's Captain America, and what, like, hey, dog. I think Concord looks really cool, and it's going to be dead in the water anyway.
When December 4th, when Rivals comes out, like, but you have that small window to get your thing
Get
off.
in there, play a little bit. Yep.
Yeah, because once that drops, like you said, with the market already saturated with that stuff, with really popular ones, you're not gonna be able to gain a foothold. Yeah, because we already hear great things about
Marvel. Was like, you get all the characters. Like, I was for sure, like, there was gonna be the other, like, nah, all the characters gonna come with that. I was like, damn.
Yeah, it's $40 and you get everybody, which is cool. Like 16 characters again, which is cool. But free to play.
That's free to play.
That's free to play.
Also, the barrier of entry is so important with something like this because you need a player base. Free to play gives you a player base. Like, it just does. Like, people are just going to jump in and try it. And if they like it and there's enough people in there, if you're not waiting super long to get into matches, if you know what I mean? Like, that is going to matter. And yeah, you might have Steam and you have PlayStation, but this is the kind of thing that for me, like, you didn't do what you probably should have really done with Helldivers 2, which you probably should have just, look, man, at some point, eat a little bit of humble pie and just be like, you know what, we're going to put this joint on Xbox too. Let's just make the money over there. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever.
It would still be going strong.
Yeah.
Concord needs Xbox. They just do. Like, it just, that's where I'm at. Like, they just need to be able to release that joint across the board on everything. It needs to be cross-play so that as many people as possible can get in, especially if you're going to charge people for it when there's so much other stuff to play at no charge, bro. Like, I will jump in and try. I'm not going to play Predecessors. Let me make that very clear. It looks cool. I'm not going to play it, but I am going to download it. I'm gonna check it out. Like, I'm gonna press buttons, but I'm not staying. Like, I don't care. Like, I'm not staying, but I'm gonna try it. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. Because there's no barrier to entry. I'm just going, like, the download time is all that there really is, and then maybe it's me jumping through a couple of hoops to figure out what kind of character I want to mess around with or whatever.
Doing a tutorial.
Yeah, but for real, like, I'm not jumping in no PvP joint and running around with people or whatever. Like, I'm not doing that. That's all jokes. But I'm gonna tell you right 100%. Now, once Jokes downloads that joint, we're gonna lose him.
Hey, listen, I was actually about to turn around and grab when that joke popped up and said free to play. I was about to grab my controller and start downloading.
You know what I'm saying? We're gonna lose them, and that's exactly who they're looking for.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? That's you know what I'm saying? And that joint looks cool. It's from I can't think of. I think it was Paragon.
It's Paragon. Yeah,
Paragon.
No BS. Paragon. When it started, I thought it was Paragon. I was like, this game is still going on Sony. Like,
no, because you know that joint. Again, it was a joint that was exclusive. Was only on Sony's joint. It was Paragon. People loved it when they were playing it. Where's the player base? Oh, so now that same team is coming back, redoing the joint and
It's
putting
the
it on
same
everything.
game.
I wonder why.
It's the same game.
That's
Just
crazy.
repackaged.
That's crazy. All right. You know what I'm saying? Jokes.
Mm-hmm.
I saved this one for you.
Oh.
This is Masters of Albion. We're a team of 20 people dedicated to making something new, unique, and different.
Wait, say that again. Say that again.
I said this could be a problem.
Could it though? Because Peter Molyneux is the liar of the industry.
Here we are in the familiar, vast world of Albion, packed with stories, quests, treasures, and monsters.
Is he allowed to do that? Like, I know that Fable takes place in Albion.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just...
This is Oak Ridge. By day, you're tasked with building.
Isn't Oak Ridge the first city you start in Fable? No, I'm not, listen.
I'm looking. I feel like you're right though.
It's like the first town you go to. I'm almost positive it's Oak Ridge.
Let's see.
Let's go.
Building the town up, gaining resources, and earning money. By night, your town will be attacked by many of Albion's creatures. You can design anything: the food that people eat, the clothes they wear, the weapons they use, the armor they fight with.
Oh, damn.
There is a strategy
You can
behind
make a
every
sandwich.
creation. I can even feed them rats.
Oh!
My town's working hard to make that food. I can help out, or...
Hey, bro, you gonna chuck him?
I can also design, customize, and create all buildings.
Damn.
Night is coming, the sun is going down, and now my town needs defending against the horrors of Albion. And this is my hero's time to shine. You don't have to play in God mode. At any point, you can possess a character and play in third person.
Oh!
My hero is now under my complete control, and now it's time to fight.
Yo,
My hero's getting overwhelmed.
this is for
Let's
you,
switch
dog.
back to God mode and unleash some real power. Okay, we survived the night. Now, let's design a better weapon for
I just want to say, if you make me a god in a game like this, and I have a town, and when nighttime comes and there's danger outside, if I can't close the gate, let me listen to me.
Should we just put you up there by yourself?
If I can't close the gate, why are we here? The first thing I thought when he was like, nighttime is approaching.
Me too.
And now the horrors of outside. Close the gate.
Lock it up.
Lock it up. You go out, protect, lock the gates.
Now, granted,
Now my hero. Why is your
if they-
hero
if they-
outside?
Because he needed something to do. But yeah, you should. I can see if they can break the gate down. You know what I'm saying? A couple of them start hitting on it, wear
Right.
on it, get the damage down, and break it. That's fine. But you should, yes, absolutely be able to lock it up.
Here's the thing. Peter Molyneux is probably best known within the gaming industry for Fable. For the Fable games on Xbox and then Black and White on PC. It's probably what most people, but he's been doing God games forever. Like I used to play Populous on the Genesis. That's Peter Molyneux. Like this style of game is where he belongs. Like way more than he belongs in the third person action RPG that is Fable. His bread and butter is this. So like I'm there. I just feel like there's some suing that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I did look it up. I didn't see Oak Ridge. It was in Fable. I see Oak Vale.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
I see Oak Field, but not an Oak Ridge.
But they are both the starting villages.
Yes. Well.
I think 1 and 2 or something like that. So all right. I knew it was Oak something.
Just say just took the Oak.
Yep. Start town. Gonna be something that start with Oak.
Masters of Albion. We don't need to look at the rest of that. Here's the thing. All right, first of all, we might have to do Mecha Break. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm already in on Mecha Break.
I know. I want to play Monument Valley. I know that don't mean none of y'all. Monument Valley looks dope to me. So Monument Valley 3, I'm in. It's a Netflix joint. It's exclusive to Netflix. I guess I gotta play it on my phone. Whatever. I'm upset about that. I'll figure it out. Shatter Space DLC. We got cool. I'm ready to jump in and kind of deal with all of that. That's coming September 30th. Cool. I'm in there. Indiana Jones. It doesn't matter. Game Pass. I'm gonna play it. I don't care. They didn't have to show me nothing. I really don't want to see nothing. I don't care. I'm gonna play it. I want to hear the music. I want to use the whip. I want to punch a Nazi. I'm cool. I'm gonna get some. My gamer score is gonna go up. I'm gonna play that joint. It's cool. That's wanted to say nothing else about it. Here's the thing that I think was probably the best thing that happened at Opening Night Live. Because Tim Miller, who is incredible. Like, I love watching interviews with Tim Miller. He's probably one of the realest people there is. Blur Studios has been making the greatest cutscenes of all time for the longest time ever. They are the team that is, now I'm drawing a blank. It's a joint on Netflix. Oh, Death by Robots. They are the team behind Death by Robots.
Love and Death. Yeah.
Love, Death, and Robots.
Yeah, Love, Death, and Robots. Yeah.
Which again, just incredible. And so for him to come on stage and say, for years, people have been looking at our cutscenes and saying, why can't we just get that as a movie? Why can't we just have and to them be like, so that's what we're doing. We're doing a show and we're taking your favorite shows, like your favorite games, and we're doing new stories in those game universes. Amazon Prime. I'm like, shut up, dog. Don't play with me. Let's go.
Yeah. This was amazing.
It's time. This world has waited for your arrival. It is you. You will open the door. Because you are the chosen. All those moments. It's a new adventure. Just for you.
Mega Man, dog. Hey, listen.
Yep.
Seafood, dog.
Come in. You have a game to play.
listen. You're right. It is about time. I just want to go through the list of games: Pac-Man and Mega Man, God of War, Ghost of Tsushima, Concord, Dungeons and Dragons, Armored Core, Warhammer 40K, again, Space Marine 2.
Yep, gonna be an issue.
Dog, that's happening.
Yep.
That is going to be the new Gears. Dog, that joint's happening. We're doing that. We do it without you, jokes. We don't care. I mean, we do it without you normally anyway. That joint's happening.
Right. So just know where we'll be playing when it drops.
Crossfire, which again, very interesting because again, Crossfire, that joint that came out that was like the Xbox exclusive joint.
Yeah.
But
I played it.
I did too. But all right, Crossfire, Sifu, Spelunky, The Outer Worlds 2. Yeah. Honor of Kings, New World Eternum, Exodus, Unreal Tournament, bro. I am
15 episodes.
December 10th, dog.
That's that's right before the Game Awards.
Ocean City.
And Ocean
City. Right by Game Awards and Ocean City. It's gonna be a problem. Jokes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give you an opportunity to just kind of talk about anything that you enjoyed or saw that you liked. I know you were pretending to work at work. While you were supposed to be working, you was watching Opening Night Live. So
trying to at least. Yeah, I honestly didn't see too much. Going back here and there, like the only things that I saw, like the Borderlands 4 announcement, I saw that. Like I didn't really play Borderlands like that, but I knew a lot of people probably would be happy that the game was coming, and probably with the sadness of the movie, hopefully this will cheer some people up.
I could be sad if you didn't expect anything from
it. Indiana Jones, I chimed in when that happened. I got a lot of the Diablo announcements that we already kind of knew about. Blizzard as a whole, celebrating a lot of the anniversaries that are coming up for it. That's really
you said pink cargo pants. All right, don't worry about it. Keep going.
So that's what I heard.
Don't worry about it. Keep going. Don't worry about
it. It hit now. But that was mainly the few things that I call Mafia. That one caught me off guard. Like I knew they just started adding Mafia in the Game Pass. I actually started playing that.
I'm excited.
I'm already playing that joint.
So I was
the remaster.
Yep, the remastered one. Yeah. So I was like, okay. But other than that, those were the main couple of things that I saw from Opening Night.
Okay. Overall, Opening Night Live was pretty whack. I'm not, we're not going. Here's the thing. I appreciate that it takes a lot of time and effort to put a show together like that. I do. I have a lot of appreciation for it. I think that what Jeff Keighley does is cool. However, I don't really need what Jeff Keighley does 3 or 4 times a year to be 100%, right? And so it just feels like too much. So, like,
do you
what's
think
up,
with
Sam?
him having a co-host this year with the young lady that was out there?
Yeah, the co-host last year.
Okay, I couldn't remember if he had one last year or not.
Nobody liked it.
Oh, okay.
No, it's not. I don't want to say nobody liked her, but like everything she did fell flat. Like every time she did something, I'm trying to remember, dog. What
if
trailer? Like whatever the very first trailer she did, it was like a world premiere joint. They did that trailer, and when they cut back to her, dog, it sounded like you could hear a pin drop in that room. Like it was the remaster. Oh, it was Ghost Simulator remastered. Nobody no pop, dog. Like that joint, I felt so bad for that woman standing on stage, having to be like, and then having to follow that joint up with a fluke joke of like, I just think we've seen the GOAT of all remasters. Hey,
yuck.
After that, bro, I think everybody in that room was just like,
nope,
get her out of here. What? Like, because here's the thing.
mean, I guess it's not fully her fault because somebody had to approve that.
Listen, jokes. This is where I'm going. This is where I'm going. This is exactly where I'm going. I think my problem is, I think I don't like Jeff Keighley anymore. I think I'm at a place now where he is extremely narcissistic. Like, it's not about the games and about whatever. It's about him. The number of times I listen to him say, I played this game already. I got to play this game 6 months ago.
Every time,
It's and here's the thing. Why we don't need him to host. I'm positive there's a lot of money that he's saving by not paying
someone to be
a host to host the show. But here's the thing. While Jeff Keighley is a decent host, he's not a great host. He's okay. He knows a lot of people. He can make a lot of things happen or whatever. But there are people who host with hosting. Like, I'm talking about Beetlejuice, the hostess with the mostest. Like, there are people. He's there because his name is on it, and that's it. And he doesn't really need to be there. And it's like, now it feels much more like him because we have to watch him during what used to be E3, right? So we have his Summer Game Fest joint, then we have the Gamescom joint, and then we're basically going to get the exact same show, just with slightly different trailers, and in some cases, different versions of trailers we've already seen. In a month or two in December, when we do the Game Awards, we're going to see it all over again, and it's going to be him on stage again, pulling people. And a lot of times the things that are the best parts of that is when somebody else comes out to present an award and it's not necessarily him.
So jokes, he's Tony Khan.
Ooh, Pillar One.
Pillar One.
That's just where I'm at. Like,
he hasn't said anything left field just yet, Sin. So,
but he's listening to Gage talk like, yeah, he's in that ballpark with Pillar One. Yeah, he's in that ballpark.
He sounds to me like, again, you know enough people that he could get any number of personalities from any game space to come and to host that show. He could pull people from Kind of Funny, somebody from IGN, somebody like he could
popular streamers on TikTok. He could.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there are plenty of people that he could pull from to have them come host, and people who do host things professionally, who like a Jackie Jing, who use and she's done like she does like Game Awards or whatever with him. She's the co-host. Then don't just let her host the show. You don't really need to be there. Just be behind the scenes, putting it all together. If you want to come out and like present Game of the Year, come out.
That's what I was about to say. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Opening monologue or something like just to kick everything off or something like that. Yeah.
And then get off the stage, bro. And like, for real, because we just don't need to hear him talk about the fact that he played these games already or that he had a chance to see it, blah, blah, blah. Like, who exactly are you flexing for? Because the gamers who are watching this don't care and don't need it. And like, we already know you're friends with Kojima. Like, we like, so
that was one of the things like, he'll bring Kojima out this year. Like, let me
good friend of mine.
Game Awards probably. Because at Game Awards, there's a good chance that we're going to see Death Stranding 2.
Yeah.
And he'll have him there to do that, you know, whatever, again, because and that's fine, right? Like, but again, even if he wants to come out just to do that, hey, everybody, blah, 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 glad you're here. We're having a great show. I came out here to introduce my very good friend, Hideo Kojima, to show you the first whatever of this game. And then get off the stage, bro. Like, it's just, I do think that Jeff Keighley lacks a certain level of personality for doing a 2 hour, and it's always at least 2 hours, though. Always. So it's like, it's a bit too much, bro. And I do think you need to, like, I kind of understand that, like, you're almost trying to take what used to be an hour to an hour and a half from Sony, an hour to an hour and a half from Microsoft, and like an hour from Nintendo, and kind of like squeeze them down into a show that is your own show. And like, you're selling tickets or whatever and having people come and sit down in a live audience. So you need to give them a reason to come and sit down, I guess. But like, you know what? You right. Not very demure. Not very demure or mindful at all. I just think he needs to get out of his own way. I think there's a certain level of success that he could see if he gave hosting duties to somebody else and he just allowed himself to run everything else in the background, you know what I mean, or whatever, and just get it done and focus on orchestrating it instead of trying to orchestrate it and host it and be in multiple places at one time. And like, even that is just coming from like, we host stuff all the time. And if you have to host and run the stage or whatever, and we talking about, but listen, we do that for like 6 hours.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that he's not doing something for 6 hours because the day before, and you know what I'm saying, whatever. Like, but it's still just a lot. It's a lot to do and try to maintain and keep your marks or whatever. But like, if he was to pull like Greg Miller from Kind of Funny or something like that, or a couple of people, like let just a couple people come out,
switch them in and out,
swap off or whatever. Every 30 minutes, you kind of swap out, get some different personalities out there, let some people be seen, get some people some follows or whatever it is. Like, I don't know. I feel like it might go off better. It almost feels to me the same way. Now we talk about if you post video, whether it's to YouTube or to social media, if you watch TV, the reason why there are so many cuts is because it helps keep your attention, right? Like so if you're on video and you're just then, you know, you get a cut that's just a little bit closer in, a little bit more zoomed in, then back to something a little further zoomed out, then you cut to an image or something or whatever, and then cut back or whatever. I think that if he was just to rotate a couple of people in and out to host and introduce certain things, if there was somebody besides him who was doing the kind of on stage interview sort of things, the pre-canned on stage interviews with each person kind of thing, like I just think it would feel like it didn't drag on as long, and you feel like you're less like because again, I don't play PC games, so I don't care about anything you announce that is only going to PC. It doesn't matter to me at all. As a player, as a content creator, and as somebody who needs to talk about this kind of stuff, sure. But I feel like if I was just watching it for the sake of watching it, you just lost me. You know what I'm saying? And so I just think, you know, especially when you don't have really big major announcements to pull, you're doing world premiere stuff for stuff that people are like, you did a world premiere joint for Goat Simulator Remaster to like open the show.
Yeah, no.
You basically got that girl booed, dog. Like she it ain't even her game, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just I think it needs to be more than that, and I think he needs to pull back. And I can almost guarantee you that when we watch the Game Awards, because we are, you're gonna feel exactly what I'm saying.
I can feel it now, just going back and just replaying past Opening Night Lives and past Summer Games Fest and all that stuff. Like, yeah, he's not lying. Yeah, he always got to mention what he's played first and everything. Like, and yeah,
It also feels like they're longer than they are because it all runs together. You could take any. They've been doing Opening Night Live for 6 years. Okay, you could take any one of those joints and cut them joints together, and it'll look like it's all from the same show. I don't care what the background looks like, because he's always dressed exactly the same. He always looks exactly the same. So like, and he sounds the same. So like, it kind of feels robotic, and it kind of seems robotic, and it like I just feel like outside of like some of the changes they made to like the Game Awards where they used to have like the Chic Razor Man come out, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, and do something, you'd be like, dog, what are they doing? Again, you got to pay the bills, right? That stuff has gotten better. But in terms of like being on stage and stage presence and announcing things and whatever, like it is dry. It's dry. So I would almost rather there was no stage thing. That it was just an internet show of trailers. You know what I mean? Like we've gotten stuff like that before. I would almost rather Opening Night Live be more like a Nintendo Direct. But they're just like, and somebody can pop in real quick and just be like, hey, here's a new thing from so-and-so, followed by this and followed by this. And then just show me the trailers, dog, and get out the way. You know what I'm saying? But like showing the stage and a live crowd and trying to get like a reaction to trailers, and then the reaction is dead because one, you can't really hear the crowd well from the way that it's set up.
That
And
it was bad. Like to hear the crackle, like trying to get like they showed well when I tuned in, I did see when they went to the audience for Borderlands, and nope. Yeah, you saw a couple people out there like, yeah, but the majority of everybody was just like
right.
chilling.
And he's got to stand on stage and try to sell it like, that's right. Borderlands 4 is coming one day. Like you have nothing to show. It is the Metroid Prime 4 logo. You know what I'm saying? From 8 years ago. You got nothing to show.
Yeah.
And I'm not excited because you didn't show me anything. I could have assumed that it was coming and I would have been fine. Plus that joint leaked like 2 days ago. By Randy Pitchford. Because the movie's doing terrible.
So you gotta do something to get those
Gotta
numbers.
do something.
Yeah.
Just leak it. Hey, my man said, so you're telling me, this was his response on Twitter to the reviews of that movie. My man said, so you're telling me that you would rather play my game than see a $20 million movie with A-list actors from so-and-so, 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 and so-and-so? Cool. Like he tried to play that joint off like, you're telling me that the games are better than the movie? Great, excellent. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
No, dog. No, dog. That's not the
movie was just trash.
Trash. Jokes.
Yo.
Monday, we're gonna have a discussion about Get Smart, Lotus Nights Movie Club. 8:00. You'll be there.
I will be there.
Y'all heard it.
He said it.
Joe's Morphicon.
Andrew said Morphicon this weekend.
Think we'll get any announcement this year, or is the brand on life support? So I can tell you right now, typical fashion, we should get the announcement of the new series, whatever that's going to be. Typically, Power Morphicon, we always see that transition where like the old cast shows up and then we got the new cast that comes in. As of now, we don't have an idea of what the next series is going to be. And with Hasbro and the way that it's kind of hard to say. I know a lot of the licensing and stuff, they're actually having other people being able to manufacture a lot of the Power Ranger figures and stuff now. So I'm eager to see some of those announcements that are going to come from Power Morphicon. We'll probably get mostly like some comic related stuff. Like we know they're working on a lot of those individual stories that are coming out. I forget my man's name from Biglet, who's actually one of the writers for one of those actual comics that he partnered with Nakia Burris on. So I'm actually eager to see. I'm actually eager to see that actually come out. But other than that, I think that's probably going to be the biggest thing that we'll get out of Morphicon is just
JD.
Whatever the new series will be.
Sin.
Yes, sir.
Thursday.
Yes, sir.
What's happening Thursday night?
Thriller Park 9:30 in the Discord this week. Episodes 13 through 15, season 2, ReZero. Patreon people, you already have access to our discussion on 10 through 12. Everybody else, you guys get that Thursday morning. So it's getting intense. We're in the end game, I would say, of the second season. So information is getting dropped. More questions are being asked, but it's been an amazing watch. So definitely looking forward to seeing what happens next.
Jokes.
Yes, sir.
I think I want to do a spoiler boys for Batman Cape Crusader.
Ooh.
I think we need to knock that out. We need to figure out how to make that happen in like the next couple of days.
Okay.
Wait. The next week. I don't wait a minute. Wait a minute. And like the next week. Before we close the show out, a couple of things. Achiko Tanaka passed away. She was a Japanese voice actor, Ghost in the Shell, Bayonetta.
Mm-hmm.
So condolences there. It just seems like that's happening a lot these past couple of weeks. So yeah, go, consume some content you like from some folks who put in some work. There's still like a really, really heavy strike going on in the video game world. I don't know how that's going to affect. I think most of the stuff that's coming out now, we're not going to see it hurt that stuff, but anything that like got announced today or whatever that is slated for 2025 and beyond, if they don't get this strike taken care of,
yeah,
stuff gonna be getting pushed back.
Yep, put on hold.
Y'all gonna be playing the same joints y'all are playing now.
It's good. We got a hefty back catalog.
I was gonna say, if you got Game Pass, you're fine. There's plenty of stuff that you can go in there and download and play.
I mean, it's gonna have a real effect. I really feel like they need to work it out. We'll probably talk more in depth about exactly what the strike entails and what's going on with it. It's been going on for like 2 weeks now.
Mm-hmm.
And it is actually affecting like people that we know. So we'll probably talk more in depth about that next week on next week's episode. As one of our top tier Patreon supporters, I gotta send a shout out to my sister Candace. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Kind of have to. Normally she's here watching the show. I'm sure she's celebrating her birthday in some way. So that's cool. That might be it. We're slowing down a little bit as we go into September. But only a little. We just happen to have something get wiped off the slate because there was a conflict with scheduling. And so what was going to be a Fall in the Apocalypse is not happening in September now. That has been pushed back. And so it's just going to make it tough for later on in the year.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's just, call it what it is. But there's still a lot happening. Anime NYC, obviously Baltimore Comic-Con. I would like to hear from you all about whether or not you'd like to hear coverage from us on some conventions you don't normally get to hear us talk about. I mean, obviously there are new ones popping out here all the time, but like right now, the plan is to go to Puerto Rico Comic-Con next year and come back with some information for you all on that. And there are some other out of the country conventions we might be looking at. Sin, why are you smiling?
Because when you said, Puerto Rico Comic-Con, the look on Joe's face was like, I didn't say that message to somebody. I didn't let somebody know that we was doing that.
Oh, no, that was.
That don't got nothing to do with me. That don't have nothing to do with me. All you got to do, hey, for real, you don't even got to send an email. I'll take care of the press joint. I ain't even worried about that. I will send that joint in English and Spanish. I'm not tripping. Sign me up,
Copy
boss.
and paste that joint.
If you ain't prepared to translate, put me in, coach. You're saying that in
I got
all
Google
caps,
Translate. I'll
not
be
very
good.
demure. Hmm?
Google Translate. I'll be good.
You say that. I'm talking
I got
about.
it.
I'm talking
I got
about
it.
Zane. I'm talking about put me in, coach. Next April, y'all. It's going down. See, Trinidad and Tobago. So the plan is Barbados Comic-Con, which is actually, I think it happened last weekend. But next year, 2025. Mm-hmm. 5th of a century, quarter century, dog. It's time to go, son.
Yeah, it might be time for that.
Ain't no might be. Ain't no might be. Listen, what I tell y'all Sunday night when we had our meeting.
Oh, that is going down regardless whether y'all there or not.
I'm going whether y'all going or not. Hey, KB, listen to me when I tell you. I was talking to an artist friend of mine at his table a couple of weeks ago at Otakon. Thank you, Doctor Who. Yeah, everybody hit the like button. And he lives in Philly, which is already we have a mutual friend. I have a cousin that we're both. It's weird. Anyway, he was like, "Oh yeah, Barbados Comic Con. I do that every year." And he was like, "Picture like San Diego Comic Con, but during Carnival." What? He was like, "Oh yeah, after parties go crazy." And I was like, "Sound like the before party go crazy." He was like,
"It sounds like we ain't getting no work done."
Because apparently it's only like Saturday and Sunday, and he was like, "Friday night
lit."
It's a business trip, dog. So right now, let's go. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we looking for an intern. KB, you might get in too much trouble. You are correct. And while I can't be responsible, look at somebody G like, yo. Yeah. And listen, go to Puerto Rico Comic Con website. And matter of fact, go to the Instagram and look at that joint. That joint looks like New York. Like it's just people everywhere. So I'm gonna hit my man Jocko. Be like, listen, give me the skinny. Where you staying? What do we need to do? And the thing is, we also might already have a place to stay, which is cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. So what we gotta do is get there. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if y'all ever seen Follow That Bird, but I learned how to make a trip happen. Make that trip happen, dog. Hit the rowboat. You
go ahead. By any means necessary.
It's going down. Meet me in the club. So yeah, that's kind of what the plan is. We're trying to make. Don't be surprised if y'all see a GoFundMe, a Kickstarter,
the first official Loaded Stacks Kickstarter.
Hey,
sending Loaded Snacks to Puerto Rico Comic Con.
Yeah,
slide a couple dollars our way.
That joint is this gonna be a GoFundMe code. We finna go. Y'all finna send us. That's basically what that joint's gonna be. We finna go.
Put the door for South Africa. Yeah, we need about $350.
Something like that. Can we wrap it up?
Think we can wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
Jokes, I'm glad you made it today. You know what I mean?
I'm happy myself.
You know what I mean? It's always nice to have you, hear your voice. I know the people love you. You know what I'm saying? So they getting a little tired of your job, keeping you from doing your job. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, listen, I accidentally kind of came important, so.
I mean, you was already important here, buddy. We love
appreciate that.
You know what I'm saying? As Candace would say, justice for jokes. I gotta be super nice. It's her birthday. She always be, she be in my text messages. Man, I always go hard on jokes. Man, chill out. It wasn't that nice to me.
That was a real one. A flashback.
Something hit. Emotional damage.
Yeah, man. Hey, yeah, we're gonna get out of here. It's been great chatting with y'all. We're looking forward to seeing y'all next week. You know, same not bat time, same not bat channel. We don't do that. I got a whole thing. I gotta talk to y'all about Batman. We gotta have it.
More bat slander.
At this point, I think so. I think it is. I think it's time to slander the bat. I watched Batman Begins yesterday. It's almost a great movie.
Oh, till we got to the end.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ra's al Ghul.
But I will tell you this. I was enjoying the movie. That joint was making me mad though. Because that man is destructive. He don't care about nobody's nothing.
Nope.
This man was driving a tank on people's roofs, dog. People shingles down. Just if you say Bruce Wayne, you ain't paying for that. Like you ain't coming back and taking care of that damage. Slim was driving through like, dog. This dude drove to the top of a parking garage joint, backed in between two cars that were parked next to it. This man backed the Batmobile. Crush the sides of these joints.
I almost said that was a wide Batmobile.
Bruh.
Hey, listen.
Fired rockets at the wall. Broke the wall. Who's parking? That joint did not say Wayne parking, dog. It didn't. It's like my man just, whoever's car that was, we don't care about you.
Nope.
Like, and just
tell your insurance people about that.
The side of the joint, driving across the church rooftops, breaking, just disrespectful. It was making me mad. Like, dog, this dude is just driving through pillars on an underpass in a bridge. Just that whole joint coming down, dog.
Coming down. Oh, nobody on top. Everyone on top dead.
Right.
That dude is. He's
no
a
F given.
He's a menace. He's a menace, dog. That's all. That's all. However,
that's the title of it. Batman is a menace.
That might be the best Gordon ever.
He's a solid Gordon. Yeah, absolutely.
That might be the best Gordon ever, dog. Like, real talk. Anyway, slander Batman some more next week. I'll see y'all then. Yo, tell the people what I need them to know.
Remember, y'all, just because you have a well thought out plan doesn't make it a good idea.
With that, we're out. Toodles and loose.
Loading snacks.